What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I want to talk about how meat is cooked. Okay, red meat. Red meat is high in heme iron. That's why people eat it. But what people don't know is that iron oxidizes. Just like if you leave iron weights outside for like a week or two, it's gonna start to rust. That's because when air hits it, it begins to oxidize. It starts to rust. Now, when you cook meats well done, burned, grilled, these the iron in the meat oxidizes. So if it oxidizes, imagine what that's doing into your body. It's like a double whammy. And on top of that, people are frying their food, so that creates more inflammation, more toxins. You know, these burgers and these meats, especially red meat, because you know, red meat, it's not really red, you feel me? Red meat, they give it that color, so it can look more appealing, and they fill it up with BHT, which is a preservative, so it won't lose its color and it won't go bad. But good quality grass-fed beef is like a light gray to like a medium brown, I guess. But these conventional meats you see at the supermarket, it's not really red like that. That's because it's high in heme iron, and these iron oxidizes, ladies and gentlemen. And when you heat this up to a high temperature, such as grilling or charring, that iron, don't you see when you grill chicken, it turns like black? You see that char? That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. Your kidneys, which is responsible for filtering out waste, that your kidneys take damage. That's why it's not good to eat burned, grilled, charred red meats, because your body, when it eats that, has to filter that out, and that weakens the organ. That's why you see people with kidney damage, people with diabetes have to filter out blood in the first place. Now, when you're eating grilled meats, burned, you eat that, you ingest that, it produces a chemical called heterocyclic amines. Your body has to filter that out. Imagine that black stuff, that charred meat, that stuff on the meat, your kidneys, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, has to filter that out of your blood so you won't die. You feel me? That's why it's good not to grill your meats. We've all been bred into this, such as the 4th of July. It's not going to kill you overnight, but I'm just saying, these meats grilled in these high temperatures, it's not normal, and your kidneys are going to take a beating, because your kidneys are responsible for filtering out 1 or 2 liters of blood a day, ladies and gentlemen. Especially when you fry food in these oils which oxidize, you're adding more toxic burden to your system. So what you want to do is cook low temperature, such as 200 degrees and low. The bacteria is going to be killed by the heat, but people like to cook high heat because it does it faster. That's why these fast food companies, such as McDonald's and Burger King, and it's so fast because they cook high temperature. But when you cook high temperature, it creates heterocyclic amines, which is bad for your system. The protein you eat is the protein you're going to become. So if you're eating denatured proteins, your skin is going to become denatured, because your skin is made up of protein and your muscles are made up of protein. When you eat these weak denatured proteins, that's how your muscles are going to be weak and denatured. So what I recommend is cooking the fish or the meat or the chicken or whatever it is, low temperature, so you won't have these problems. You won't create these chemicals, and so you might want to opt for cooking low temperature. Don't cook high heat. Don't cook at 400 degrees or 3. Cook 250 degrees but move it around, let it sit there, cook in water, and cook in, if you want to use like a oil, a good quality oil, which I don't recommend that much, but these oils are denatured and oxidized, so I will opt for like a duck fat or something, something that doesn't oxidize super quick, I mean, it's a step up from using canola and these genetically modified oils, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you need to, do this research, ladies and gentlemen, so you can cook the best way. It's not the meat necessarily, it's how it's cooked and how the meat was raised, So just throwing that out there. Cook low temperature, 200, 250 degrees. It's still gonna cook. It's just gonna take longer. That's why people don't like, I guess that's gives, food another definition, because that's why it's called fast food in these restaurants. When you cook at home, you cook taking your time, and it takes time to cook and make your own stuff. That's why, but we live in such a fast-paced world that people don't have time to cook or prepare their own meals, So just throwing that out there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.